So I'm 38 and I'm staring down the big 4-0, and I feel fitter now than I did in my 20s. I'm physically stronger, I've got much better stamina, and more importantly, I've stayed consistent longer than I ever have. And the surprising part, it isn't because I'm training harder. It's because I changed 3 simple habits that anyone can start today. So let's start with one of the most important habits. Most people think that fitness happens in that 1 hour that they're at the gym. I used to think the same until I realized what I was doing with the other 23 hours. I used to think that if I completed the workout, I'd done enough. But then I'd spend the rest of the day sitting at my desk, driving, or just laying on the sofa. Now I focus on movement outside of exercise. And this might mean walking after meals, stretching between meetings, and my favorite, doing a few bodyweight squats while waiting for the kettle to boil. Yes, I'm serious. Now, none of these feel like a workout, but together they make my joints feel better, they reduce stiffness, and they actually improve performance when I do work out. I realized that movement is like brushing your teeth. Doing a little each day is better than trying to cram it all into one big session. So quick question, how many hours do you think you spent sitting today? Leave your guess in the comments before you check your phone. Simply moving more every day made a huge difference. It wasn't until I combined it with this next habit that everything really clicked. We all know the feeling, if you're not drenched in sweat, you didn't really work out, right? Wrong. Most sessions end with feeling like I've probably got another set in me. And that is exactly the point. Because when you don't completely empty the tank, you recover faster, you enjoy training more, and you're actually excited to come back the next day. Honestly, fitness isn't about proving how hard you can push yourself once. It's about building a routine that you can repeat hundreds of times. If you've ever believed that a workout only counts if you're exhausted, hit that like button. We've all been there. So let's help other busy dads find this video so they can know that there's a better way to train. Moving more helped. Training smarter helped even more. But neither of those can explain why I recover better, have less aches and pains, and stay consistent for months on end. That came from this final habit. Funnily enough, it's probably the least exciting one on this list. Recovery used to be something I thought I earned. Now I schedule it just like my workouts. So that means taking rest days without guilt, doing a little mobility work before problems become injuries, getting enough sleep. Yes, I know, I can hear you busy dads through the screen. Eating enough protein and drinking enough water. None of those things will get many views on social media, but they've done more for my strength and longevity than any training plan has. Recovery isn't glamorous, but if you want to stay strong for years instead of weeks, this is where it starts. Which part of recovery do you struggle with the most? Sleep? Nutrition? Maybe it's mobility? Please tell me in the comments section. I would love to make a deeper video on the one that comes up the most. So, if you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. You don't have to train harder to be stronger. You don't need a complicated program, and you don't need perfect motivation. We all know motivation fades anyway. You need habits that are easy enough to repeat. Move more, leave something in the tank after every workout, and prioritize your rest and recovery. Those 3 changes have generally helped me feel better now that I'm approaching 40 than when I was in my 20s. So before you go, what's one habit that you made that had the biggest impact on your health? Leave it in the comments section. I'll see you in the next one.